I'm not good at this.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
You don't gotta be good at it. It'll be edited. Look, this is how it normally is.
Okay. Brake booster bracket.
Brake booster bracket.
Brake booster bracket. Today's episode is brought to you by the letter B.
I love it. That's going in. Hi, I'm Christopher, and this is my dad.
Hi, Cal.
He's my stand-in for Zach today.
Zach couldn't play.
And we're back on the second episode for our brake booster bracket. Today in the shop, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be cutting some stuff out on the plasma cutter, and then we're going to be turning some stuff up on the lathe over here.
Yep.
So once we get all those parts wrapped up here, we're going to take it back to the shop in Nashville, and then we're going to do some assembly. So what do you say? You want to show them the plasma cutter?
The one you and Zach built?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go there.
So you should have everything set up, right? All that cam work we did?
Yep.
Should be ready to cut?
Yep.
Perfect.
So let me load this program. We've got the Langmeyer Systems Fire Control program running on this. So far, we've been very, very happy. I had one issue with it not firing in between the points, and what it was is a piece of slag that was stuck to the tip, and so it wasn't getting a good ground for the Z-axis control. Other than that, the thing has run perfect. We haven't had any problems with it. It cuts real clean. We're using the 40 amp fine cut tips, and so far we're doing good. So I'm getting ready to start this. I'm going to put the start button, but Christopher's going to move the camera around first so we can actually see it cutting.
That actually went way quicker than I thought it would.
Yeah, it's fast.
Let's take a look. For a second there, I was really upset.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why, is because of all this slag popping up on the outside. I thought that was the lead in actually ruining the part. But it doesn't look like it's...
Yeah, it's just a little slag.
Just slag.
It's fine. Perfect.
I was very upset for a second.
For nothing.
It's cool like he comes over like you.
It's, well, I'm older than you. It's genetic, trust me. I used to flip out of shit, so.
Alright.
Take it out.
Let's take it out.
Beautiful. What a beautiful piece of work there.
Tabs are there so that it bends in the right spot.
Yeah, perfect.
That's supposed to be a 90.
Complete 90 degrees?
Yep. I'm happy with that.
Beautiful.
Okay, now this one needs to go to 65 degrees. Maybe a hair over, but we accounted for that in design. Now the last bend is this guy. He needs to go up to 90 again. Yeah, perfect. Okay, the next step here is our pivot point. I have this bolt, goes all the way through, sort of. After it's cleaned up, it'll fit. This is embarrassing, but whatever. Then I have these bronze bushings. They spin on there. And then we'll have a piece of pipe that goes over this.
Okay. Okay, do you got a measurement?
None yet.
Bushings have a shoulder on them,
They do.
so I got to account for that shoulder.
Yes. And then they both need to fit in here. And I have a lock nut, so this won't actually be pressing. This won't be compressing these two
Right.
wings. It'll just be floating in there.
Right.
Those are the dimensions we're going to work with, and my dad's going to run the machine to make it happen. You could see it smoking.
Yeah. Beautiful cuts, beautiful cuts. Much nicer. Calipers. 20.07. Pretty tight on there. What do you
That's
think?
what it's supposed to be.
All right, so now I need to go here. I need to put this back in low. Put this on. There you go, you're in. Push it down.
Oh yeah.
Perfect, baby.
Look at that.
Perfect.
Yeah, let's put these guys on.
Yeah, put them guys on there. How's that looking, buddy? I think that's going to be plenty strong, Chris. And if not, we'll cut it out of 3/8.
Well, if it's not strong enough, what I did is I planned for this right here, this flat bit, and we can put a plate across and then a plate down.
Okay.
And then if that's not strong enough, then I'll make like another plate that goes from here to here, but kind of.
I think it's going to be plenty strong.
But you know, I mean, just holding it, it feels pretty strong.
Yeah, I mean, I would have Zach weld up those stitches
Yeah, he's not getting away from that one.
Yeah.
You know, I got way more room than I thought it would, honestly. The clearances on this model looked way tighter.
Yeah. It's beautiful. It's a pretty piece of work, Chris. I'm impressed.
Here are the things that remain yet to be done on our bracket. Where these relief cuts were made by the plasma cutter to make it bend, we're going to weld some of that back in to give it strength. This little tab here that bends up, we're going to connect it back down in order to add some strength there as well. And then these little guys here are 2 pieces. We're going to put some tacks on those to make them 1 piece. And we'll see where we are after that. Oh, you know, that's got to go on. So that's got to get welded on too. So we got to do those things.
All right, here's that piece we're talking about. It's going to fill this gap in, and it'll sit just like that. Because we know that this is a 65-degree angle, it was really easy to cut it out of a piece of tube and bend it and tighten the radius just a little bit. Well, Zach's got a new welder to play with. It's a TIG welder.
I'm enjoying it quite a bit.
My guess is that he'll be grinding tungstens all day. So go ahead, leave a comment down below. Let us know how many times you think Zach's going to grind his tungsten. It's a prime weld TIG 225.
So that was just goofing off a little bit. Oh, well, that one doesn't look any better. That one I did grind some bevels into and actually filled it. So that's actually a really strong weld. This one I did not grind any bevels, I just heated it and stuck it together. Attack it from underneath.
Oh. Well, this is the most important joint right here. See that? Yeah. So however you want to accomplish that, I guess it's up to you.
So as long as this has made it up tight, we're good.
Yes. Zip zap and the old bit bap. You know what I'm talking about? Son.
It's definitely tacked. For those of you keeping track at home, we are up to 3 tungsten grinds. 3. So now that I've got those basic pieces tacked in place, it's time to try to really weld it all together. And I think I'm going to start with maybe trying to fill in some of those relief cuts that we made for the bins. As you can see, I welded every other one of the gaps, but Christopher is afraid that's not gonna be strong enough.
I'm not afraid. It was designed to have all of them welded.
Because I'm sure he did some structural integrity analysis on it.
Fusion 360 has simulation programs that can be run, okay?
Anyway, I'm gonna weld up the rest of them now. Look at that.
She's a beaut, Earl.
She's a beaut, Earl. Oh, I haven't welded that to that yet.
No, I mean, as we were gonna do it, but now you gotta go because you gotta turn into a pumpkin here in about 45 minutes.
Yeah, well, you know.
The welding turned out pretty good.
Yeah, I'm really happy with it. I really like TIGging. And, you know, it's easy to start. And hopefully I'll continue to get better as we go. Hey, hey, hey. If it can't stand up to that, then it can't stand up to being in the car.
Who brakes like that? Nobody uses their brakes like that.
It's okay. It's destructive testing. No. Alright. I'm gonna grind off some coatings.
Okay. At some point, I have to find a wiring diagram for this fella. Figure out how he's supposed to be. There's also a couple plugs on here that I don't know what they do. Like that one. And if I remember correctly, we're missing a cap for this brake booster reservoir.
Are these jam nuts the only nuts we have?
For what?
These bolts?
Maybe. No, there's some lock nuts for that same thread.
That's right, I remember that now.
Okay, Zach, what's the next steps?
We're gonna take it back out and paint it, I believe. And then I've got to hook up the brake lines.
Yeah, so these brake lines floating out over there in 3D space. We'll go to those red plugs.
Yep, you can see they come up right here, which is actually extremely convenient because we're just gonna go.
Extremely convenient. I got these guys. They'll get wired up to this control box on the back side. Those are the things we're going to continue to do. But, you know, I'm happy.
You want to see that sweet action again?
Yeah, show us that sweet action again.
Alright, here's that sweet action.
Oh, yeah.
Sweet action.
Okay, we have it all assembled. It's in there. The brakes have been bled. And everything seems to work pretty well. Go ahead, Zach. Give it the beans and we'll see if there's any flex.
That is the beans.
That's the beans?
That's the beans.
It doesn't look like anything's moving. So we're pretty confident how it's set up at this point. We're going to go take it for a quick test drive. Okay, Zach. Let's go for a test drive. What do you say?
Let's roll.
Okay, so we messed with our configs, we turned regen off, and now we're going to do some road tests, see how it works.
And we'll just come to a complete stop here right now. That took very little effort from my right foot, which in the past was not the case.
Okay, let's go to a road where there's not going to be people. Let's really kind of slam on it and see what we can do. You can hear the rotors. There's rust on our rotors because this thing doesn't actually use the brakes when we're driving around.
Yeah, that wasn't really like, if I stomped on it, you would. It would learn just pretty good.
Kind of want to know if we can lock up the wheels.
You want to do a full panic stop from about 35 miles an hour?
Yeah, why not?
Alright. It's about 35, right?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's pretty good.
That was pretty good. Alright, full stop.
Okay. I mean,
There's no way in hell you could have done anything close to that.
yeah, not
Without
without a
power
booster,
brakes.
yeah. On a mark, get set, go. Power steering would be nice to have.
Yeah.
That's nothing, man. You don't even gotta you just gotta look at it and it'll start braking for you. Feels like a car.
Go open the doors up.
Can't reach it. It's got to get a stool or something. Yep, see him? He's climbing up. There you go. You got it. Well, Zach, we did it. We turned this wooden bracket into something that actually does what it's supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. And if the iPad battery hadn't died, we'd probably still be out test driving around. But we
Abrupt stops.
abrupt stops, quickly coming to a halt. Yeah, they work great. They worked really well. So between that and the regen, this thing will probably stop better than it goes.
It goes pretty good.
And it goes really good. So yeah.
It's gonna be a beast. I want to take it to the autocross when that comes through town. I think that'd be so much fun.
That would be fun.
Next episode, we got more brake-related content for all you brake-related enthusiasts. We're gonna work on the front brakes.
So for those of you who have been watching for a while, you might remember that we ordered a big brake kit, began to machine the spindles we had to fit big brake kit, and then got a phone call that said, you're not going to get your parts for another like month, 2 months. And we're like, oh well, now we have a one machine spindle that won't fit the old brakes. Some beautiful, wonderful person sent us some spindles so that we could put it back together with the old brakes and drive it around. And now we have our big brakes, we have all the stuff. We've got to do a little more machining, and you'll see that next time.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. We very much enjoyed having you along for this two-parter. Extra content, very exciting stuff. We'll be happy to see you again.
Until then,
Be good people.
be good, people.